Hello and welcome to this GCSE Maths course. We are very excited to have you here and we hope that you will succeed with your GCSE Maths. This course is a higher tier course, so just bear that in mind, but I'll talk about that in a few minutes again. So I am the course creator. My name is Aniko Sabo and I'm a qualified maths teacher. I've qualified both in secondary maths and in post-compulsory, so post-16 maths. I've been private tutoring for the past 25 years and I've got 7 years school teaching experience as well, both in a secondary school and a sixth form college, and I've been marking exam papers for the two main exam boards, both GCSE and A-level maths papers. Now, we'll have a look at what's included in GCSE Maths. The content is set by the UK government, so it can't be decided by the exam boards, which means it's the same for all the exam boards. Under the video, I have attached a PDF file for you that was published by the government, and it includes all the content for GCSE Maths. If you want to, you can have a look at that. And the 6 main mathematics areas that are included in GCSE are number, algebra, ratio and proportion, geometry and measures, probability, and statistics. Now, since this is a higher tier course, you need to have certain basic knowledge of certain maths concepts, and these include a knowledge of place value, the 4 basic operations, squares, square roots, cubes and cube roots, even and odd numbers and multiples and factors, negative numbers, the order of operations, number machines and inverse operations, some basic knowledge on fractions, decimals and percentages, basic algebra, basic use of a calculator, and some basic geometry knowledge, for example, basic angle facts like angles on a straight line and being able to measure angles and lengths. We will go through some of these basic things, but not all of them. But at the beginning of every video, I will tell you what basic knowledge you need to have in order to be successful with that video. Now, the course is structured so that it will take you 2 years to complete. In the first year, we have 35 weeks of learning, and in the second year, we have 30 weeks, so that we would finish the course before the first exam paper, which is generally around the middle of May. And also, at the end of the second year, we will have about 6 weeks of exam practice and revision. As I said, it's a higher tier course, so you need to have some basic maths knowledge before you start this course. The way it's structured is there are videos every week, and these are very short and they focus on just one tiny topic. And there's a worksheet and a revision card as well going with every video. Now, if you were learning this in the school, you would have 4 lessons a week and you would have more than one tiny topic in a lesson. So you would have about 2 or 3 different things in a lesson. I broke these down so that every video is very short and it includes only one tiny thing that you need to learn. And this way it will be easier for you to find what you need. For example, if you do some revision. This way, when you just look at the title of the video, you will be able to find what you're looking for. We have also included a study plan that will take you through what to do each week. And the higher tier course is for students who would like to achieve between a grade 4 and a grade 9. Now, if you achieve a bit less than what you need for a grade 4, then the exam boards normally award a grade 3 as well. There are two main exam boards, Edexcel and AQA. You might already know which one you want to sit, or you might already have arranged one of them. If not, then I recommend Edexcel, because I think the questions there are a bit more straightforward. As I said, it doesn't matter which exam board you choose because the content is the same, but the exam structure is slightly different and the style of the questions are a little bit different as well. Whichever exam board you choose, you need to make sure that you do plenty of exam revision and plenty of exam practice with doing past exam papers before your actual exams. Now, this is, again, doesn't matter which exam board you choose, you will have 3 exam papers, 1.5 hours each. The first paper is a non-calculator paper, and the second and the third are calculator papers. There are 80 marks per paper, so for the 3 papers you can get a maximum of 240 marks. These are the grade boundaries for the Edexcel exams, and these change a little bit every year. It's a little bit different, but I've just written down the lowest and the highest marks that have happened before. Now, the reason why it says summer on the top in brackets is because these are for the summer exams, which I expect you would sit. There's also an exam series in November, which is for students who are not happy with the grade they got in the summer. And these have slightly different boundaries, so I didn't include those. The grade boundaries for those are a little bit lower because the exam is a little bit harder. So if you have a look, you can see that you can get a grade 3 on the higher paper if you just miss a grade 4. Now most people will probably aim for a 5, a 7 or a 9. As you can see, for a grade 5 you need about 30%, give or take. And that just means if you do about the first third of the paper, then you can get a grade 5. For a grade 7, you need about 55%, so just over half of all the marks. And for a grade 9, you only need about 80%, 82, 83% normally. So you don't need to know everything, and you don't need to be able to do absolutely everything to get a grade 9. So it's certainly possible. If you want to do A-level maths after your GCSE, then I recommend that you aim for a grade 8 or 9. That's just because in my experience, students with an 8 or a 9 are a lot more likely to get a good grade at A-level than students who have a lower GCSE grade. And on this slide, we've got the grade boundaries for the AQA papers. These are very similar, especially the lower end of the boundary. The top end is higher, so this is another reason why I recommend doing Edexcel if you can choose. Now, if you want to buy a textbook, then these are the ones we recommend. The one on the left is for the Edexcel paper, and the one on the right is for the AQA paper. You can get both of these on Amazon or wherever you buy your books. The Edexcel paper, the Edexcel book series also includes a book for extension questions, so that's especially for students aiming for a very high grade, an 8 or a 9. And there's also a reasoning and problem solving book that you can buy if you want to. But if you want to buy a book, then I just recommend starting with this textbook at the beginning. You will also need certain equipment. You might already have all of these. Obviously, you will need some stationery, and you will need a ruler, a protractor, a pair of compasses, and I put two pictures here. The one on the left, so this one here, is the one that we use in schools, and I wouldn't allow this in my house ever, because I think it's just really hard to use, and I'm very clumsy as well, so I would have no chance with this one. I don't know about you, but if you are struggling using one of these weird ones and you have a bit of a budget, you can buy the one on the right. So these are more expensive, but as you can see, it's got these two metal legs, and so it's a lot easier to make circles and arcs with this because it doesn't move around like this one does. But it's up to you. If you can use the one on the left, good for you, go for that one. If you're struggling with that, maybe you could try this one on the right, see if that's any better. And you will also need a calculator, because the second and the third paper are calculator papers. Now, the calculator we recommend is this one in the picture. This one in the picture is the 83. It's a Casio FX83 GT. The new one has an X on it as well, so it's a GTX. Or you can get the 85, which is a little bit more expensive, and it's the same machine as the 83. The only difference is that there is a solar panel somewhere here on the top, and so if the battery is dying, then that can extend the lifetime of the calculator quite a lot. So these last a little bit longer. The battery will last a little bit longer in the 85. But it's the exact same machine, so it doesn't really matter which one you get. And that was all the information about the course. So in summary, this course will give you all the knowledge and skills that you need to succeed in your GCSE Maths exam. And we are very happy that you chose this course and hope that you will enjoy it. And good luck.